The iFootage PL80C and 80BN are compact 1-foot 80-watt LED lights that have an impressive output for their size. Could these lights be a handy addition to your standby kit? Well, let's find out. Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Lyndon Alvarez here with Buddy Effects, and today we'll be seeing how these lights might be useful on location, perhaps in a pinch while filming. We'll also go over some spec details so you can see their offerings as well as those lovely pros and cons. Full disclosure, iFootage provided these lights to us for free. However, they have no input on our review and will not see our opinions until they're made public along with everyone else. That said, take these online YouTube videos with a grain of salt. Do your research. Try and figure out your needs, weigh those options, and go from there. They did send us these lights for free, so, that's cool. But if I'm to add a bit of transparency, working for Camera Gear is not going to pay the bills, especially with our current subscriber count. So, if you end up enjoying what you see, give us a like, drop us a sub, but let's move on. The 80BN variant from iFootage is their bicolor model, offering a color temperature range of 2700 Kelvin to 6500 Kelvin. These lights are highly color accurate, so if you're looking for that in a light, they've got you covered. They're able to do this by having a PL1 configuration, meaning they have blue, lime, warm, and cool LED diodes to create their color range. Feel free to pause the screen to review those results, which we got using the Sekonic Spectrometer C800. I'll leave some links to other videos in the description that go into way more detail if that's something you're looking for. The 80C is iFootage's RGBWW offering with respectable color accuracy. It has a color range of 2700 Kelvin to 6500 Kelvin, with an expansion mode allowing you to go from 1400 Kelvin to 20,000 Kelvin. Being RGB as well, you can get into its full color range in the HSI RGB mode. You can pause the video to see our readings as far as that goes. One plus about the 80C versus the BN version is you can do a green magenta offset. Now these lights aren't as color accurate, but let's say you're in a room with house lights that are giving off a green hue. If you're using these lights, you can dial in that shift in color, do a custom white balance in camera, and in theory have everything balanced. So that's a big plus. Both these lights are well built and do not feel like they're going to break down anytime soon, though I did have a couple knobs come off the backs of these lights, so that part isn't as solid as it could be. I do love the locking levers on the side, sturdy metal yoke that lets you rotate the light 360 degrees, and they offer several powering options. They come with a power cable, which you can attach directly to the back of the light itself. This will shorten the length of your cable run, but depending on what you're doing, it's still a nice option to have. You can also power with a standard 98 watt-hour V-mount battery, which I think is dope unless of course you rock gold mount. And you can power it off of USB-C with the included power delivery 100 watt system. So in short, you've got options. These lights are punchy with a 45-degree beam angle and weigh in at around 5 pounds each, which should make it easy enough to mount in various settings. Though the screen on the back is absolute garbage, the app isn't half as bad, and pairing is fairly painless. If you have a lot of these lights you're using in a scene, well, the app is the way to go. I appreciate the portability of these lights, and I do see them as a solid option to travel with. Included with each is a bag, diffusion panel, and barn doors, plus your original power cable. Though the bag is pretty basic, that's kind of what I like about it. I don't use the included safety straps, and I store without padding. Getting access to the lights as well as breaking them down is very simple, and simple saves time. So, to challenge ourselves and put the lights through some paces, we went to a random house and decided to create an interview lighting setup using only the panel lights and some basic grip gear. Even though these lights are only 80 watts, the beam angle makes them pretty punchy for their size. With that in mind, we decided to use the house's windows to our advantage, letting it serve as a far side key. We then put 2 of the panel lights on stands and bounced them directly into a 4x4. Once they were on, we realized that, one light was plenty enough, which, made us all happy. It was slightly overcast outside that day, so if you had a few of these and needed more output, then you could definitely put a couple on a double header. We then boomed the light just above the frame to act as our hair and edge light. We did this by using a Matthews Gobo plate baby pin attached to the end of our C-stand arm. We of course used the safety cable and added sandbags for additional security and stability. For our last light, we pushed it into the corner of the kitchen and splashed it onto the background to create the illusion of more warm light coming through the windows. You've probably seen this done many times before, nothing new, but hey, it works. If we watch it in order from background to foreground, the lights go as follow. In post, we of course added some simple corrections to get our final result, and there we are, not too bad. And even though we did have a small team of people, this is something you could easily pull off with one other person to help. Now, let's get into some pros and cons. Pros: solid build quality, affordable price, compact size, multiple powering options, and the 80BN version is very color accurate. The 80C version allows you to do green magenta shift. Cons: the built-in display has horrible viewing angles, no green magenta shift on the BN version, but it's not a fault of the light itself, no softbox, honeycomb, or diffusion attachments. The 80C, you can't add warm and cool LEDs into the RGB mix. In summary, these lights are an excellent portable option with solid output, great performance for the price, and versatile powering options, making them suitable for a variety of scenarios. Whether you're just starting out and need a simple matching lighting kit or looking to expand your LED panels without hitting the pockets too heavy, you can get a set of these for around $1,000, a solid value for lights like these. These lights, of course, aren't going to be my go-to for a key light, but they're great in a pinch or for filling in where lights are needed. Perfect for those times when you forget gear, which is personally why I'm happy to have them with me. They're small enough to where I can just keep a couple of them on standby, ready to go. Well, if you made it this far, I'm Lennon Alvarez of Buddy Effects. Until next time, peace.